race one drivers on the tone in less than 5. Oh, it's doing the double one again. It'll get it worked out. That was a great first start coming up on the... Beautiful. Uh-oh, Steger, he is giving some heat out there. He's right there. And then both of you guys got Martin just hanging out, looking for an opportunity. Coming up in the center now, leaving him in the center on the front stretch. You got Kyle now in our 3 spot. Kyle, nope, I'm sorry. Yes, reading right. Kyle now in our 3 spot. Steve running away. Rockin' John, your leader, 8-8-8-1-8-8-8-1. Yes, sorry. Steve Martin in 8-9-5-3. Kyle in 9-2-7-6. Steger clips a wall out here on my side. Steve rocks a wall over there on the far side. And you guys are 1 minute in with 4 to go. 1 plus 3 is 4. You got Steger on 832 in the 505. That 8881 on lap 4 early on. Steve 831.32 in the 508 and 8953. Kyle rocking 830 in the 501 and an 8946. Everyone rocking 8-9 or lower on the fast lap. Got Steger on the 8881.
Three minutes left.
3 minute mark now, drivers. 3 minutes ago. I don't know if Steger is just not able to run away or if he's toying with him. But Steve has drastically closed this gap between Steger. Oh, no! We normally like the smooth one, not the bumpity-bump-bump. Who put that wall there? Actually, if it's Friday, that would mean Vanderveen, I think. Two minutes remain here. You've got 1.8 seconds of time separating Steger from Steve. I think if Steve keeps running away like he is, he's keeping the distance between him and John at the exact same rate. It's not lessening, it's not increasing. It's got a nice looking average, averaging a 9-1 out there. You got Steger on a 9-2. Caution on the back, low, low, low on the back, low on the back. That's Steger taking the lead now. Stay low, stay low. It is all clear now, all clear. We had a bump on the wall on my side for Steger, giving the lead to Steve. Now we got a bump on the far side for Steve, giving the lead back to Steger. Final 60 seconds, time drivers, final 60. Left. You guys are all checking in points out there. Everyone rocking on their own solo line now. Steve is 2.7 off of Steger. Kyle is 3.8 off of Steve.
"45 seconds left.
Need everyone to start bringing their VTAs back. Get 8-man VTA running again.
30 seconds left. "15 seconds left.
Ooh, squeak.
Steve Martin done.
I've got Steve. Ooh, good
Kyle
save.
Brummett done.
Kyle.
John Steger done.
And Steger. Steger for the win, A33 in the 508. Steve, A32 in the 50. Kyle, A32 in the 506. Return of VTA. Bum, 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 bum. 12 scale stock GTP. Coming at you live now. Looking for Heat 1 drivers. David, Greg, and Sumner. David, Greg, and Sumner. Marshals, let me get Steger, Steve, Kyle, and 1 volunteer. What? John, Steve, Kyle, and 1 volunteer. If I got a driver in the pits who can give me a hand, we'd need 1 volunteer marshal. Greg, I
David
apologize,
L.
but you're my only back-to-back. You're in the next race as well. My bad. Gotcha. I was making the heats, and that was the shortest amount we
Greg
had,
Huey.
but you're the only back-to-back we have.
1 minute to the start of the race.
But we'll see how round 2 goes. We'll probably have some fun. All right, that was Sumner. Thank you, sir. I'll just check one more time. You know, we like to double-check out here. Thank you, sir.
45 seconds to the start of the race. John Sumner.
Fair enough. Looking for our drivers from the last race to Marshall. We're looking for John Steger, Steve, and Kyle.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
You know, from VTA to this, it's like a... They're quick, though.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
We got Kyle joining us on the far side. Later, sir. Alrighty, drivers, your rundown will be David going on the tone. Oh, we got Steger on the far. Thank you. And it looks like we got Steve heading to my side. It'll be David going on the tone here. Oop, a cough. Greg, Jesus. Greg going second. Sumner going third. David going on the tone. Greg going second. Sumner third. There was a lot of coughing. All right, David on the tone in less than 5. Greg. John. Nice line. What you guys are doing right now is impressive to say the least. You've got David Lee coming out with the early lead, a
4 minutes
fast
left.
lead too. 39 in the 504, a 7.669 second fast lap for that silver and gold. Greg Rocket in our 2 spot, a 37 in the 50, a 7.943 in our all orange. You've got Sumner in R3, 833 in the 502, and 8693. He's rocking around in the all red. Huey now putting down a 7773. You got the 3 sevens. Might be getting a scratch off later tonight. Might be the lucky day. Turned around out there in the center. Watch that line in the center. Grab. All clear.
3 minutes left.
3 minute remain now, drivers. We got another turnaround on my side. Double tappage, 2 cars hitting. Orange is stuck on the wall in the center, stuck on the wall in the center. Oh, no. Oh, it's staying there? Okay. Do you want us to pick it up? Okay. .230 now, drivers. We are halfway there, halfway there. David Lee on the 7.669 second fast lap. That was lap number 1, his fast lap. Technically lap 2 because the first one was like a check-in type deal, but he was running for it. Sumner now moves into the 2 spot on an 8.201. Before we got Huey out, he was on a 7.763.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes remain now, drivers. 2 minutes. Little recalculation out there. About a minute 35 remaining now, 135. You guys probably have, well, in a minute 30, maybe 2 more times we see each other. Turn around there in the center. Great save, holding onto the wall. Beautifully done. You got David making it through smoothly. I mean, it looked like you meant to do it. It was good. It looked good. With a minute 10 remaining, I don't believe we're going to see any new fast laps. But you've got David on a 38 lapper, 38 in the 502.
1 minute left.
Sumner on a 33 in the 502. Coming up next is 25.5 TC, 25.5 TC. I'll need 2 volunteers for this one. I do know that. The one coming up. So if I got anyone else in the pits who can help me out in the next race,
45 seconds left.
I need 2 volunteers for that one. Anyone watching David's car?
30
This man is
seconds
turning
left.
on a dime. Whoa, he landed it. He's a trickster, too. He's got BMX skills hidden in there, too. With 20 seconds remaining, he is still on the 38 lap pace in the 504.
15 seconds left.
That flip out over here cost you 0.4 of a second, and it still kept you on the 504. That is insane. Keep going till you hear your name now, drivers. Keep going to. Really?
David L. done.
I've got David. John, one more lap. John, one more. Shooting down the back. Good job.
John Sumner done.
David for the win, 8:38 in the 504. Sumner 8:34 in the 507. Greg was with us for a minute and a half of it. We had David on a 7.6 second fast lap. Sumner on an 8.2. Greg on a 7.7. .25.5 TC coming at you live now. We're looking for Greg,
Dan Renkamp.
John Steger, Dan, Lou, Steve Martin, and Kyle. Greg Steger, Dan, Lou, Steve Martin, and Kyle. Marshals, let me get David, Sumner, and 2 volunteers. David, Sumner, and any 2 drivers that can give me a hand. I'll need 2 volunteers.
One minute to the start of the race. Lou Torres. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
I got 1 volunteer, so we just need 1 more volunteer. I got another driver in the pits who can give us a hand out here. Just need 1 more volunteer.
30 seconds to the start of the race. John Steger. Kyle Brummett. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Steve Martin.
We've got our 2 volunteers. We've got everybody checked in. I don't believe Tad's marshalling, but we've got David on the way. Thank you. Oh, no, on that side with Tad. Because I don't think Tad's marshalling. I think he's just hanging out. Yeah. Oh, there's 6 of you. Well, at least we're starting on the backstretch, so that makes it easier for me. All right. It'll be Greg going on the tone. Steger will go second. Dan third. Lou fourth. Steve fifth. And then Kyle sixth. I'll meet you guys on the backstretch. It'll be Greg going on the tone. Steger will go... Whoops. Steger will go second. Dan third. Lou fourth. Steve fifth. Kyle sixth. You guys are 25.5 TC, so I'll probably... like a second in between each of you? Yeah. All right, I'll do it on the clock. We'll do about a second in between each of you. Hopefully it's not too close. Greg on the tone in less than 5. Steger. Dan, stay low. Lou. Steve. Kyle. And then that 1 turnover off the start, and it got merged in very well, actually. That's not too shabby, even with the 1 turnover. Okay, personal note, do it on the clock. It'll work. Great lines. Thank you for giving the faster guys the lines. We appreciate. I can identify Corsa Gray. That's a nice color. Got a flow pink out there, or a very bright hot pink. Ooh, double tap on the wall. All white, but it's all clear. Body tuck in the center. Back left-hand side, body tuck. Keeping the car immobilized. Out there into the wall in the center now.
Four minutes left.
1 minute down with 4 to go, drivers. 1 minute down, 4 to go. There was a body tuck on the back left of it, but the front right was broke. I don't even know how the front right got broke, if I'm being honest. I saw the body tuck happen. We've got Kyle Brummett, our early leader out here. Kyle Brummett, the early one. Lou in the 2. Those 2 are 0.8 of a second off each other on the pace. Watch out for those guys. They are fighting for it. Steger, 3.5 seconds off for number 3. Wall jumping out there. Wall jumping. That was actually correct. Good job. Your number 1 and 2 rocking in a 2-car formation coming up down the back. Your number 2. Right? Kyle, you're red and pink, right? Yes. Okay, good. So number 2 and 1 rocking down the backstretch together. Orange and white is your number 2 right now. Your number 1 is the white
3
and pink.
minutes left.
With 3 minutes to go, stay low, coming around, stay wide. It's a direct hit, a little tap, if you want to call it a hit, maybe like a scrape. You've got Kyle a 34 in the 505, Lou on a 33 in the 502. Oh, Greg slips in. Greg slips in on the times here. He is the 33 in the 502, but Lou also has a 33 in the 502, 0.3 of a second off of Greg's time here. You guys got a 2-man race for the 2 spot going on, and that now has Kyle with a 1.7 second lead. Something has either what? Just readjusting. Stay low, get on the backstretch, drivers. Keep low. Stay low. Keep the low line getting on the backstretch. So it was either something slowed Kyle up a little bit, or these number 2 and 3 drivers are speeding their pacing up because they are closing the gap in between. Oh, no, yet again. Here we go. We have Lou going into the 2 spot here. There was a barrel roll for Greg out on the backstretch. Does give Lou into the 2, but that is now Kyle with a 4.5 second lead here. 34 in the 506. Whoa, turned around on the front stretch. Back right is broken, I believe. Yep, it's turning him around. Body tuck in the back, low coming around the back, low coming around the back. My apologies. I was looking at a broke car on my side. Not an excuse, but I do apologize. You got 2 groups of 2 rocking around, 2 groups of 2. Greg now taking the leader. Dan moving into the 2. Dan capitalizing here. We had a little accident there on the far stretch. Lou going into the 3 here. A ball cup. That's, Oh, you just read it? Okay. I was like, what's going on?
1 minute left.
Final 60 seconds. Now drivers, final 60. Greg 833 in the 503. Dan 833 in the 506. Lou 832 in the 506. Steger 829 in the 50. Coming up next is NASCAR Heat 1 Race 4. NASCAR Heat 1 Race 4 coming up
left.
next.
"30 seconds left. "15 seconds left.
Low get on the no, it's clear. Beautiful barrel roll. That was Crash and Bandit style. All the way around to your name. Do not slow down. Do not quit
Greg
racing.
Huey done.
Oh, I caught Greg. Greg, you are finished.
John Steger done.
John, you are finished.
Dan Renkamp done.
And everyone is finished.
Lou
That
Torres
is the
done.
race. Good says. Greg for the win, 833 and a 50. Dan 833 in the 505, 4.6 seconds off of the leader's pace. Lou 832 in the 503, Steger 830 in the 503. We had Kyle out there who was leading at that point in time on a 20 in the 30. And then Steve very early on. Low C NASCAR Heat 1 Race 4 coming at you live now. We're looking for William, Santiago, Nate, and Dallas. William, Santiago, Nate, and Dallas. Marshall's going to get Greg, Dan, Lou, and Steger. Greg, Dan, Lou, and Steger will be all set on Marshall's for race 4.
William Harper. "1 minute to the start of the race. Dallas Bailey. Nate Brand. 45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Santiago. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, all right, all right. We are looking for our marshals from the last race. If I can get Greg, Dan, Lou, and John Steger. Oh, this is a stagger start as well. I forgot about that. Haha, let's do it. It'll be William going on the tone this time around. Santiago will go second. Nate going third. Dallas going fourth. Then, yep, we'll meet you guys on the back. Is there a fourth car out there? Where's it at? Oh, it's over there. Looks like we got Dan on the way to the far side. Looking for the rest of our marshals. Looking for Greg, Lou, and John. Donka. Hey. We got oval drivers here on Friday. Let's go. Then just looking for Mr. Steger on my side. John Stager, can we get you over here to Marshall? Oh, thank you, sir. He said, oh, crap. I'm not the loudest, my bad. I'll work on that. He looked at me like, shut up, you're loud. All right, William on the tone, Santiago second, Nate third, Dallas fourth. William in less than 5. Santiago. Nate. Dallas. When we split it 4 and 4, it's honestly a really, really comfortable start. But then having all 8 of you in the main, that's just a funner start. I like that. 8 NASCARs all lined up on the backstretch. Perfect. A swooping and swerving going on there in the center line. It is all clear, though. One turner, full 360 getting onto the backstretch off of the flapper. The flappers on these 12 scales and, well, I guess these are 12 scales too. These smaller vehicles just flipping it right over.
4 minutes left.
1 minute down, 4 to go. We've got Dallas coming out from that early lead. He's rocking a 26 in the 5:04, 11:2, 11:0 second fast lap. There you go. We got a full airbud out there in the center, but he does land, turn around on all fours now. William in our 2 spot. Dallas going into the lead, 26 in the 5:0. William a 26 in the 5:07, 0.2 of a second off of Dallas's pace. It's a fight for the lead here. Low getting around the back. He landed it. He's got the go-go gadget. Put it back on its wheel feature. Santiago in our 3 spot, a 25 in the 5:05, 3.1 off of Dallas now. William taking the lead. Dallas 1 second off of William now. Nate a 23 in the 5:11 in the 4 spot. We got full send over 2 cars bumping out there off on the bottom left-hand side. It is oh, nope. Still got a Marshall. Now it's clear. All clear, all you guys. Almost in a straight line, but still rocking the separation. All that means is you make a turn and you're clear, but you guys are still close. 3 minute mark now, drivers. 3 minute. Keep on keeping on, watching those inside and outside. You're going to start having some passing going on here soon. Whoa, full bumpage going on the outside line. No bueno. Leaving him on the front. And it's all clear. Getting rocked back into it. 2 2s rocking around now. 2 2s. Ooh, that was nice. Uh-oh. It does look like that blue one coming up behind you might be able to run side by side with you again. Dun, 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 dun. Lightning McQueen's having a race out there too. Oh, driving right under him. Oh, my goodness. Under the chassis, if you will. He said, here, just hop on my shoulders. I'll take you around. Looking over at Lightning McQueen down there. You both groups, either one, pick a group to watch. It's a fun racing going on, tight racing. Lightning McQueen out here making smooth inside passing. Coming around. Blue comes. Oh, they're both down. Lightning McQueen getting swooped and taken out. He turned right to go left, and it went left. A minute 40 remains now. Drivers 140. William the 26 in the 5:04. Dallas the 26 in the 5:07. 1.2 seconds between the 2 drivers. 0.9 of a second between the 2 drivers. Knock, knock. That's what I was wondering. Now the Blues are coming together. We haven't seen the Blues together. He said, nah, he can take that inside line. Run, run. And we got a 3 straight line coming up. Oh, we got our turn getting fixed over here. Thank you, sir. Oh, who put that wall there?
1 minute left.
Final 60 seconds now. NASCAR drivers, final 60. But we got 4 more of you guys scheduled up right up next. Coming up next is NASCAR Heat 2 Race 5. 4 wheels up in the bottom right-hand side. Pancakeage. Hole in 1.
45 seconds left.
We were golfing and had breakfast. That was awesome. All clear now, drivers, all clear. The Blues are back together. Hello, Blues. And Lightning McQueen coming up. Another group of 3 might be coming in the final 30 seconds.
30 seconds
Our
left.
green and yellow driver rocking on his own solo line. He's turning into clear.
traffic. It's all free. It's like getting on 465 at midnight.
Whoa. No, it's all clear for blue now. 15 seconds, drivers.
15 seconds
oh, it's
left.
sent him on 2 wheels. Bicycle on the back. Watch out, get on the back. The flapper is just not nice to these smaller vehicles. The 12 scales, no bueno. All the way
William
around
Harper
till you hear
done.
your name. All the way till you hear your name. William.
Santiago done.
Santiago.
Nate Brandt done.
Nate.
Dallas Bailey done.
And Dallas. Dallas, your last lap was your fastest lap. William does pull the win, though. 8:26 in the 5:0. Dallas, 8:26 in the 5:02. 1.8 seconds off his time. Santiago, 8:23 in the 5:01. Nate, 8:22 in the 5:02. I don't know why it doesn't tell me how far away you were. Get on my shoulders. I'll take you for a ride. How'd he get up there? NASCAR Heat 2 Race 5 coming at you live. We're looking for Sean, Dan, Chris, and Andre. Sean, Dan, Chris, and Andre. Marshals, let me get those last 4 drivers. William, Dallas, Santiago, and Nate. William, Dallas, Santiago, and Nate.
Andre Hansborough. One minute to the start of the race. Chris Bradbury. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Sean Bourne. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Dan Renkamp.
He said I'll put it back. I was strong enough to push it. I should be able to get it from the other
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, drivers, meet me on the back. It'll be Sean going on the tone this spell. Dan going second. Chris third. Andre fourth. Sean on the tone. Dan second. Chris third. Andre fourth. All righty, Sean. In less than 5. Dan. Chris. Andre. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Four wheels up in the center. We got an inside turn there. A little too sharp on the turn. Keep the inside line, just not too sharp. Cheddar cheese. Early starts on. That is a new TQ noise we're hearing. One more time. Yep. Sean Bourne 8:30 in the 5:04 early on. All right, there you go, buddy. Run with it.
4
Get
minutes
around,
left.
get around. He gets around. Dan in our 2 spot. 1.9 seconds off of Sean. 8:29 in the 5:05. Andre 8:27 in the 5:02. Chris 8:26 in the 5:09. Heads up in the center now. Leader in trouble in the center. Stay low on that line. Good line, drivers. Nice. Watching it very well. course, you guys are still in your qualifiers. So if you got any fast ones coming up, just give them the line. Everyone on their own separate ones here. All on your own separate lines, but we got the straight line at you guys.
3 minutes left.
With 3 minutes to go. Looking great going up in the center now. 2 groups, it appears, merging into 2 groups now. But both groups on the backstretch rocking around. Dan and Sean part of one, Andre and Chris in the other. We've got a group of 3 now. Dan on his own line. And with that, that is Dan, your leader, 8:29 in the 5:04, putting a good pace out there. That is a new TQ as well. It's not the 30 that Sean was rocking with us at the beginning, but it is still a new TQ. Sean, a 28 in the 5:01, which would still be a new TQ. It's safe to say whoever wins this is probably setting a new TQ. Chris Bradbury in the 3 spot, a 27 in the 5:02. Andre, a 27 in the 5:04. Nice line, Sean. Oh, the inside man.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes remain now, drivers. 2 minutes to go. You guys are rocking some nice fast laps, but it is actually our number 2 driver who holds the fast lap for you guys' race here. Dan, our leader, on a 10:106. Sean in the 2, a 10:094. Chris in the 3, a 10:198. Andre in the 4, a 10:626. Hey, there it is. Sean, 9997. 99? Unfortunately, I do not sprechen Sie Deutsch, but I do like the accent. The 3 straight line is coming up again. Oh, he tucked it. Thank you for letting them come by, but I was excited for a 3 straight line. Oh, this is Sean and Dan bouncing it out again. There you go. Nice smooth
1
line.
minute
Ooh,
left.
he gets the inside. Dan coming back around maybe? He said no, he's still got the lineage on me. Dan coming back around. Hey! Sean back on the out.
45 seconds left.
The traction on the back. Stay low on the back. Stay low on the back. The traction coming up on the back for the number 2 driver. Oh, throwing it back and forth with Dan out there for 4 or 5 solid laps. Looking good. Nice fast pace. But now our
30 seconds
closest
left.
little group out there is this 3-man, and there's still separation. 20 seconds remain now, drivers. 20, Dan on a 29 in the 5:06. Sean a 28 in the 5:01. Chris a 28 in the 5:06.
15 seconds
Andre
left.
27 in the 5:09. All the way around
Sean
to your
Bourne
name driver. Sean, you are finished. Everyone else is still alive. Keep going till you hear your name.
Dan Renkamp
Dan
done.
is finished.
Chris Bradbury
Chris is
done.
finished. Batman.
Andre Hansborough
Andre
done.
is finished. Dan for the win, a 29 in the 5:06. Sean a 28 in the 5:0. Chris a 28 in the 5:05. Andre a 27 in the 5:10. All right, drivers, it is 7:42. I will see you guys at 7:55, about 13 minutes. 7:55 for round number 2. Round 2 is posted, drivers.
And I'll turn and practice on. Haha.
Tatsuyama. 9-9. 10-1. 10 flat. 11 flat. 10-2. 9-8. 10-1. 10-1. 9-5. 9-9. 9-9. 10-3. 10-5. 9-9. 10-1. 10-4. 10-2. 10-1. 9-9. 11-3. 10 flat. 11-3. 12-1. 11 flat. 10-5. 11-7. 10 flat. 10 flat. 10-3. 10 flat. 10-2. 10-2. 10-1. 10-1. 9-9. 10-3. 10 flat. 10-1. 10-8. 32.7.
was trying to let you guys go to the top of the hour, but the drivers are ready for round 2. So let's get the VTA guys out here. It is Steger, Steve, and Kyle coming up first. Our first 3 VTAers. Marshals the track. If I can have a low C NASCAR Heat 2 drivers, if I can get Dan, Sean, Chris, and Andre. Dan, Sean, Chris, and Andre will be all set, ready to rock.
Kyle Brummett. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Steve Martin. John Steger. 30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
Alrighty, guys, let's get you guys on that backstretch. It'll be Steger in our 1 spot, Steve in the 2, Kyle in the 3. We've got Dan, we've got Chris and Andre. If I can get Sean over here on my side, we'll be all set on the marshals. Just looking for Sean over here on my side. Oh, what up? Oh, thank you, Chris. Alrighty, drivers, our round 2. We're chasing a 33 in the 508. TQ from John Steger. You guys are lined up ready to rock. On the tone. In less than 5. It did it again. I swear it went away, but it just like the butt-oop. Oh, Airbud right off the turn, a little too inside. It is indoor racing, but that was a wee bit too inside. Oh, that wall touching him again. Acrobatic movement coming up on the bottom right-hand side. Unfortunately, we did land on the head, so no points will be awarded. It was the double tuck backflip turnover. Looking at the front of the field, though, you've got Kyle putting the heat on. Watch out coming up on the backstretch. Nope, it's clear. It's clear. The flapper is devastating to 10-scale drivers as well.
4 minutes
VTAs,
left.
not just knocking the flap out of the way, but it jumps it. No bueno. No bueno. It does appear that the TQ of Steger is holding at the moment, which works out in his favor because it is Steve who is leading this race. He's putting out the closest battle for a new TQ. He's rocking a 32 in the 501. TQ is 33 in the 508. Kyle, a 32 in the 505, 0.8 of a second off of Steve's time. So it is a race between those two guys out there. You've got Steger, a 30 in the 509. Now the fast lap belongs to our number 2 driver. It is Kyle's an 8.894.
fast lap. Steve has an 8.929. We are now in that straight line formation. Steger giving us the inside line coming up the center left. Thank you very much. Now straight line 3 you go. Kyle, the fast lap on the 8.894.
3
Steger
minutes
at
left.
8.917 with 3 minutes to go. Hey, new TQ. Did you see him pick up that speed off of that draft? That was crazy. Kyle Brummett, 0.7 of a second off of Steve's pace here with 2:15 to go. The heat is still on between number 1 and 2. It might be helping that he's got Steger on his bumper pushing him because he's getting it.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes remain now to average 2 minutes to go. But Steve is persistent. He is holding him at 0.7 of a second off, not budging. Steger is out here motivating Kyle to go super fast. They are both rocking inside lines, staying nice, consistent. Those are those inside lines where they make the turn and you're like, how are you not touching the wall? Well, they're just not. Sean likes to do that in his NASCAR. That man, Mr. Inside. Really? He said, I could have. Low on the back, low on the no. It's clear. He landed it. That does make a 3-second separation now between the number 1 and 2. It does look like Steve has a 3-second lead on Kyle here now. Steve now a 33 in the 5:05. That's a 3-second advantage for the TQ. Got 3 seconds to work with there.
1 minute left.
Kyle in the 2 spot, a 32 in the 5:0. Steger a 31 in the 5:04. All this fun. There's only 1 minute left. No bueno. Coming up next is 12 scale stock GTP Heat 1 Race 2. 12 scale stock GTP Heat 1 Race 2 coming up
45
next.
seconds left.
Do believe we'll need 1 volunteer marshal on that one. Boink. He said, I was slowing down to give you the line, but
30
you were
seconds
not
left.
taking the line. In our final 25, we're going to have a little fast racing out there for Steve and Steger, it appears. Steger holding up here, getting on the backstretch, wanting some nice fast bouts out for the final
15 seconds
15
left.
now with Steve, our leader. Oh, maybe he's playing tag. He said, catch me if you can, Steve. Done, 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 done.
Kyle Brummett done.
Oh, we got Kyle.
John Steger done.
Steger.
Steve Martin
And
done.
Steve. Steve for the win, 8:33 in the 5:05. Does get a lap lead on the field by the end of it. Kyle, a 32 in the 5:0. Steger, a 31 in the 5:03. This is going to be a fun main. 12 scale stock coming at you live now. We're looking for David, Sumner, and Greg. David, John Sumner, and Greg. Marshals, let me get Steve, Kyle, John Steger, and 1 volunteer. Steve, Kyle, Steger, and 1 volunteer.
Greg Huey. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. John
My
Sumner.
sock started to come off.
David
It
L.
was uncomfortable. Hate it when that happens.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
All three drivers out getting their warm-up laps before we start. Looking for our marshals. We need one volunteer. If I got a driver who can give us a handout here, we do need one volunteer. And then our three... Oh, thank you, Lou. We got Lou, our volunteer. So then we're just looking for our 3 drivers from the last race. Steve, Kyle, and John. Ooh, watch out for that flapper out there, 12 scales. We've got Kyle and John entering in on the far side. And then we got Steve headed down to my side. Boom, 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 boom. Uh-oh. No, it's good. It's good. Alrighty, drivers. It'll be David going on the tone here. David on the tone. Sumner will go second. Greg third. David, Sumner, then Greg. Alrighty, drivers. David on the tone in less than 5. Sumner. Greg. You guys shoot out of the gate like a bullet. Just. Pew. Whoa, airbud off all the way over on the front. You can lead him up right there. He can stay right there. Yep. Yes, sir. Caution in the middle, double caution in the middle, single caution now. All clear. Got one marshal out there in the center, so I did lie. Caution on the left side now, wide on the left, stay wide line on the left. Good lines, you two. They are using their eyes, they're quick, they're fast, they're adaptable. Low on the back now, low on the back, stay low coming around.
4 minutes left.
1 minute down with 4 to go. 1 down, 4 to go. You got David here early to Greg in the 2 spot, 4.3 seconds off of him. But right now, they're running some nice quick paces out there. They are just together, stuck, and they are awesome, honestly. Sumner rocking his own solo line out there all alone. Very comfortable. That's the line that I would like to ride because I get nervous when I got people near me. You got Sumner rocking around on 824 in the 505 and 8505 second fast lap. Inside lines come up in the center. We got a double tap. It was a double tap, but it's all clear. Both drivers remain on the wheels. Now it is the separation that we had at the beginning. Only for a lap or two we had separation. Hard power slide off on the turn. Send him into the outside. That inside wall clip. Triple tap coming on the front. Low, get on the front. Low, get on the front. Stay low on the front.
Three minutes left.
3 minute mark now, drivers. 3 minutes remain. You've got David beating his TQ by 2 seconds. Oh, double trouble coming up on the backstretch, driving under the driver, putting him on the piggyback ride. You've got David a 38 in the 506, now 2 seconds off of the TQ. But with 2:40 to go, shouldn't be too hard to get it back. Greg on a 36 in the 501. Sumner on a 24 in the 25 in the 511. My apologies. Never. I'm always honest, promise. Computer keeps me that way.
Two minutes left.
2 minutes remain now, drivers. 2 minutes ago. David hanging tough. 38 in the 505. That is... Oh, wow. He is 4/10 of a second off of TQ, which he does currently hold, but 4/10 of a second off of beating his own TQ. Greg, a 37 in the 505. Sumner, a 28 in the 510. Turned around on the left-hand side. It was a... Oh, no, not a disc. Dang it. I give up. Flapper. That's what it's called.
One minute left.
Final 60 seconds on driver's final. 60. David A. 38 in the 505. Greg A. 37 in the 506. Sumner 29 in the 508. A group of 2 rocking around.
"45 seconds left.
Thirty
seconds
seconds,
left.
drivers. 30. Oh, I'm slacking. Coming up next is 25.5 TC. 25.5 TC Heat 1 Race 3 coming up next. I'll need 2 able bodies, 2 volunteers for that one.
15 seconds left.
Half of a second off of your TQ, David.
David L. done.
David is finished.
John Sumner done.
John is finished.
Greg Huey
Greg
done.
is finished. David on 838 in the 505. Greg 837 in the 504. Really? 37 in the 504 to Sumner 830 in the 505. Fast lap does go to the winner out there. The leader a 7.692. Greg had a 7.7. 25.5 TC coming at you live now. We're looking for Greg, Dan, Lou, Steger, Kyle, and Steve. Greg, Dan, Lou, Steger, Kyle, and Steve. Marshall's looking for David, Sumner, and 2 volunteers. We'll need 2 able-bodied volunteers. If I got 2 drivers in the pits that can give me a hand, I'll need 2 volunteers for race 3.
Dan Renkamp. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Kyle Brummett. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Lou Torres. John Steger. Steve Martin.
Oh, is Tad marshalling?
Greg Huey.
Yeah? Are you marshalling? Cool, thank you. We've got 2 volunteers. Awesome. That'll be David Lee. It looks like he is on the way. Hello, good sir. Oh, far side. Yep. I didn't even know Tad was still here. Thank you, Tad. Alrighty, drivers, meet me on the back. It'll be Greg in our 1 spot here. Dan will be in the 2. Lou in the 3. Steger in the 4. Kyle going 5. Steve going 6. I realized way late that this isn't a standard lineup. Greg going on the tone. Dan going 2nd. Lou 3rd. Steger 4th. Kyle 5th. Steve 6th. I'll do it off of the 2nd like I did last time because that worked out really well. All right, Greg on the tone. in less than 5. Dan, Lou, Stager, Kyle, Steve. I didn't do it right that time. There is nice separation, but there's an early group starting from the first guy to the last guy. Oh, so sad. You guys are actually doing really well with this. My goodness. That is the new TQ noise. 50 seconds in, Kyle Brummett out from their lead and a new TQ. There you go, 35 in the 507. Greg A 34 in the 50, 1/10 of a second off him. Oh, these are close. You're all racing for each position out there. Greg is
4
less
minutes
than
left.
a 10th of a second off of Kyle. Stager less than a 10th of a second off of Kyle. Greg, your leader now. Lou is 4/10 of a second off of Stager. Steve is 6/10 off of Lou. Dan is less than a 10th off of Steve. You guys are fast, consistent, and all very close together. The furthest race that we have is 1.2 seconds separating 6th from 5th. Other than that, everyone's racing for a position by less than a second. We're a minute 35 in. That is impressive. Our leader extending his presence out there a little bit. He's got a 1.2 second lead. Not the most comfortable lead to have, but he does have a little bit of distance compared to everywhere else. Stager 4/10 of a second off of Kyle, who's in our 2 spot. Low on the back, stay low, line on the back all the way. Oh, it's
3 minutes
lagging.
left.
Getting the turn and making sure it's all okay. I think he's good. Greg, your leader, 35 in the 505. Kyle, 34 in the 501. Lou, 34 in the 503. Steve, 34 in the 504. Dan, 33 in the 502. Stager, 32 in the 501. That could be a rapper. That was all one Brett. No, I'm kidding. Beautiful line. Your leader coming around in that multicolor blue, pink, white. Might be green, but I think it's blue. Kyle Brummett, 1.8 seconds off of the leader's pace here. Steve Martin, 1.8 seconds off of Kyle's pace. Lou, 0.2 of a second off of Steve's pace. Dan, 4 seconds off of Lou. Stager, 0.7 of a second off of Dan. That's 3 minutes in. You guys still
2
have
minutes
close
left.
racing going on for 1, 2, 3 of the positions out there. Greg's beginning to look wide in the center, wide in the center. He made it off the wall. Lucky, lucky. Caution for Kyle, now our number 2 driver. The halt on the wall there for the leader, it gave the advantage to Kyle, but it was not. Oh, my goodness. Steve Martin goes into the 2 there. Caution, turn around, double turn around into the hole in 1. Watch out on the front, watch out on the front. Marshall got it beforehand. Steve in trouble out here for me? Broke, okay. That man is fast. 8.475. Greg Huey. My goodness. Watch out getting on the back. No, the white car's good. The white car's good. Final 60 seconds out of
1
every
minute
final
left.
60. Kyle, your leader. He's had it since the get-go, fighting with Lou. Lou taking the lead back. Kyle Brummett went from, wow, we are jumping around all out here. Caution on the front. Watch out on the front. That's our leader out. Now our leader gets put out.
45
You guys
seconds
have close
left.
racing going on. Let's find out who takes it, or is he going to hold tight? Well, we're bouncing around. We're bouncing around. Oh, my goodness. It's a race for the lead again. Lou, your leader. Steve now in the 2 spot, 9/10 of a second off. Dan, 7/10 of a second off
30
of Steve.
seconds left.
Kyle, 2 seconds off of Dan. Stager, 3/10 of a second off of Kyle. You guys are still all over each other. You got a group of 3 out there and 2 drivers on the those 2 drivers on the solo line. That's exactly what you want. That's nice.
15 seconds left.
Don't slow down, drivers. Keep on racing. Hold true. Bow, bow, bow,
Lou
bow.
Torres done.
Lou is finished.
Dan Renkamp
Dan
done.
is finished. Stager is
John
finished.
Stager done.
2 drivers still alive.
Steve Martin done.
Steve is finished.
Kyle Brummett done.
And Kyle Brummett. Lou coming from the middle of the pack the entire race, swooping for the lead. 33 in the 503. Steve Martin, 33 in the 504, half of a second off. Dan, a 33 in the 505, 1.2 seconds off of Steve. Kyle, 33 in the 507, 1.9 seconds. Hey, go back. I was reading that. 1.9 seconds off of Dan. We had Stager, a 32 in the 502. Greg, a 22 in the 315. It is our driver who actually didn't finish the race, who had the fast lap of that heat. So he's probably going to be a great contender out there in the mains. Coming at you guys live now. We're looking for NASCAR Heat 1, Race 4. What up?
Dallas Bailey. William Harper. Nate Brand.
Looking for William, Dallas, Santiago, and Nate. I've got all 4 of those
1
guys
minute
out
to
there.
the start of the race.
We'll have to watch that
Santiago.
heat back and might have had a double count lap or something fun. We'll see. 25
45
TC
seconds to
drivers.
the start
Let
of
me
the
have you
race.
out here to Marshall. Let me have Lou, Steve, Dan, and Kyle. Oh, that was almost bad.
30 seconds to
Good
the start
night,
of the
good
race.
sir.
"15 seconds to the start of the race.
It is William going on the that's loud. William going on the tone here. Dallas going second. Santiago third. Nate fourth. William 1. Dallas 2. Santiago 3. Nate 4. William on the tone in less than 5. Dallas. Santiago. Nate. Four wheels up in the center now. 4 wheels up in the center. Merging back into the line. Merging back in. You got your Marshall out center field now. Marshall's out there in the center field. It is all you guys, all clear. All you guys. Heads up on the bottom right-hand side. Is it all clear now? 2 wide into the bottom right. Going into the center on the front. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the wall. No bueno. The wall playing defense.
4 minutes left.
1 minute down with 4 to go. 1 down, 4 to go. You got the 2 blue drivers out there, so some nice fast lines back and forth. Throwing the inside lines out there. That's fun. You've got William as your early leader, though. I believe he's on the solo line. Lightning McQueen. He's got a 27 in the 509. Logan on the backstretch coming around. Logan on the backstretch coming around. It is all clear. Dallas rocking on our 2 spot. A 26 in the 505. 1.6 seconds off of William. Nate on a 23 in the 510. Santiago on a 21 in the 504. Watch out getting on the back. Hard barrel, but it's all clear. Heads up in the center. Watch out in the center. Wide in the center line. Wide in the center line. It's on the inside wall. It's a clear. Wide again on the back, wide again on the back. We got a little bit more of a narrow lane. Caution out there in the center right-hand side as well.
3 minutes left.
Got your marshal out there fixing the rail in the center. Oh, that one went under the donut. Thank you. Much obliged. 3 minutes to go. Now, drivers, 3 minutes to go. You've got Dallas, your leader now. Dallas, your leader. William in our 2 spot. Nate 3. Santiago 4. Caution out there in the center. Watch out there in the center. And on my side, but it's clear on my side and the center now. You've got Dallas 27 in the 508. William 26 in the 508. Nate 23 in the 508. 508 is popular. Santiago 22 in the 505. There we go. Turn around. Right into the back left. Right into the wall in the back. 4 wheels up. He landed it. He's back. Wide in the center. Wide line in the center. Watch out for your marshal out there.
Two minutes left.
2 minute mark now, drivers. 2 minutes to go. You guys are turning it into open lane, so that's nice. But you guys can have a group just like that if you're not careful. You've got Dallas a 27 in the 505, 10.7 second fast lap. William on a 26 in the 505, 10.9. Santiago a 23 in the 512, 11.8. Nate a 22 in the 510 and 11.5. Barrel rolling hard, barrel rolling all the way in on the backstretch. Oh, the flapper. There we go. He said, what's going on with the flapper? It's not flapping. It's just holding me. Why can't I move?
One minute left.
Final 60 seconds. Final 60. I think the flapper just chooses who it flaps for. Some cars have to hang on to. Some cars are like, nah, you can go. Other cars like, I'm flipping you.
45 seconds left.
Little personification everywhere. It's got its own mind. Final 30 coming at you. You got the straight line of 4. Ooh.
30 seconds left.
I think when you were in the air, your body jumped too. Shivered a little bit. Turning over off on the backstretch is a single trouble here off on the backstretch.
15 seconds left.
Sounded like an arcade machine there for a second. Doing, 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 doing. NASCAR Heat 2 Race 5 coming up next. Heat 2 Race 5 coming up next. We got open turns for you guys. Final laps. Plural, probably.
William Harper done.
Oh, I got William. Surprise, surprise. You only got one
Santiago
more.
done.
Hello, Santiago. Boom,
Nate Brand
boom.
done. Dallas
And
Bailey
that's
done.
the race. Dallas for the win, A27 in the 509. William A26 in the 501. Santiago A23 in the 501. Nate A22 in the 503. Coming at you guys live now. We're looking for Losi NASCAR Heat 2 Race 5. We're looking for Dan, Sean, Chris, and Andre. Dan, Sean, Chris, and Andre. Marshals, let me get Dallas, William, Santiago, and Nate. Dallas, William, Santiago, and Nate. Dun, 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 dun. You know, day after Thanksgiving, and we're only missing 4 Losi NASCARs. That's not bad. We had 12 last week. We got 8 tonight. I like it.
Sean Bourne. Chris Bradbury. Andre Hansborough. Dan Renkamp. 1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
Low in the back going around. Low in the back going around. All clear.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
YMCA.
15
Guys got
seconds
some
to the start of the
traction out
race.
here. All right, drivers, meet me on the backstretch. It'll be Dan going on the tone here. Sean will be going second. Chris going third. Andre going fourth. Dan on the tone. Sean second. Chris 3. Andre fourth. Oh, that was you. Alrighty. Dan in less than 5. Sean. Chris. Andre. This is the last low C qualifier before we put you 2 groups of 4 and a big old group of 8. I haven't looked, but how you guys doing thus far? At the moment where it sits, there are 7 laps separating the top qualifier from the bottom. Wide, wide, wide on the back, wide on the back. Ruh-roh, Raggy. I was adjusting that. I could have fixed that. Okay.
Four minutes left.
1 minute down with 4 to go, drivers. 1 down, 4 to go. It is Sean coming out front with your early lead, a 29 in the 505. Dan on a 29 in the 508. Andre on a 27 in the 505. You've got Sean leading Dan by half of a second. Watch out there in the center. Watch out there in the center. I think that just gave Dan the lead. 1.1 seconds. Sean's still in the bout. Oh, thank you. Got a rail getting fixed over here. That way you guys don't get swallowed.
Three minutes left.
3 minute mark now, drivers. 3 minutes to go. You've got Dan hanging tough with Sean now 1.9 off of his pace. Andre rocking around 7 seconds off of Sean. But you guys are all rocking those very similar fast laps. Oh, he almost parked it, but he did a Tony Hawk grind. There you go. You love to see it. Dan has the 10.3. Sean with the 9.9. Andre with the 10.9. $2.10 to go, $2.10. We are seeing Chris making it back out. Something got fudged up, but he does have it fixed, and he's rolling yet again.
2 minutes left.
Dan, our leader, a 29 in the 504. Sean, a 28 in the 503. Andre, a 27 in the 511. I don't have an accurate pace for Chris. Oh, direct hit out there in the center. My apologies. That was our leader, full turnover. Our number 2, go back in the center. Goes back in the center. Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. That was our number 1 leader. 2 laps to go, turning over. And then our number 2 turning over as well. So both flip overs should have advanced Sean, but it looks like Dan holds it. So Dan flipping over would have probably given Sean the lead, but then Sean going over the rail probably gave Dan the lead back, is what I assumed happened because they were running some nice close racing. Oh, and then they are together on the field. This race is off the ties, but it is always fun to see them go at it.
1 minute left.
1 minute remains, 1 minute to go. Whoa, Sean, that was nice. Dan, your leader out there in the gray. Sean in the 2 spot in the black. You've got Andre in the 3 in the black and gold Batman.
45 seconds left.
Respect. And then you've got Chris rocking in our 4 spot in the blue Napa.
$30 left.
30 seconds now, drivers. 30.
$15 left. Dan Renkamp done.
I've got Dan.
Chris Bradbury done.
Chris.
Sean Bourne done. Andre
Sean
Hansborough
and
done.
Andre. Dan for the win, 28 in the 501. Sean a 28 in the 508. Andre 26 in the 503. Chris a 16 in the 50. Alrighty, drivers, it is 8:38. I will see y'all at 8:50 for your main events. Yeah. Maybe 8:55 if you guys need it. Your main events are posted, drivers.
Tatsuyama. Nine eight. 9-4. 9-5. 9-7. 9-8. 10-3. 9-4. 11-8. 9-9. 38.6. 40.7. 10-4. 9-7. 9-7. 9-9. 9-5. 9-9. 9-7. 9-7. 9-6. 10-2. 9-8. 9-5. 9-9. 9-5. 9-8. 9-7. 12-4.
Alrighty, drivers, let's get into your main events. That pizza was good. Coming at you guys up first is VTA A main. Bring him on over for tech. I know, right? Gotta look at those rules for the VTA drivers. Have your bodies off for me. I'm gonna do some battery voltage. And then James will do his thing. Chicka chicka. But VTA drivers Steve, Steger, and Kyle Marshalls. Let me see. Woo! NASCAR A-Mainers. 8-man. Love it. Let me get those top 4 drivers. Let me get Dan, Sean, Chris, and Dallas.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
And your marshals for this race are going to be those NASCAR A Mainers. If we could have Dan, Sean, Chris, and Dallas. Dan, Sean, Chris, and Dallas out to the track to marshal, please.
Hello, good sir.
Kyle Brummett.
It's not mine.
John Steger. Steve Martin.
Boom. Caution on that front stretch. It is clear. Alrighty, guys, your lineup is going to be Steve in that one spot, Mr. Steger in the 2 with Kyle in the 3. Steve 1, John 2, Kyle in the 3. Thank you, Lou. Alrighty, you guys are lined up and ready to go. Your marshals are in place. VTA A Mainers, everybody gets a sticker. Go on the tone in less than 5.
Guys are nice and tight on the early start, their early run. You've got Steve, the leader, John in the 2 spot, Kyle in the 3. We got a barrel roll for John out there, giving Kyle the 2 spot now, John the 3. And then Kyle, I have your tire dope up here. Just a side note.
Four minutes left.
Steger coming up on Kyle now. They're bouting it out for the 2 spot here. Steger with a little double wall tap, giving some separation back to Kyle. Whoa, hard barrel for Steger out there. Thank you, sir.
Three minutes left.
3 minute mark now, drivers. 3 minutes remain. Steve, your leader. Kyle on the 2. Steger 3. Steve a 33 in the 506. Kyle a 32 in the 501. Steger a 32 in the 502. Everyone about 1.5, if not a little less, off of the driver in front of him. Kyle playing defense. Oh, he got in on him. Now it's Kyle on the offensive line. The bottom right-hand side is not a fan of Steger. It's go the perfect bounce off of the roof. My goodness. Squish the top of the body into the wall. My goodness. It cartoon squished it. You don't love to see that, but that was a little funny. 2:10 remains now, drivers. 2:10. In the little bout between Kyle and John out there, it almost gives Steve a full lap lead here. He's rocking around an 8:896. Kyle has an
2 minutes
8:837 with 2 minutes remain. I don't have an accurate one for Steger, unfortunately. I don't think. Caution on my side, left side into the wall on my side. That does go to Kyle back to the 2 spot now. Kyle back to the 2. Just following Steve around. Steve has a 1 lap lead on the field here. There we go. Took almost 4 minutes, but the leader has a 1 lap lead. So by that math, I don't think he's going to get another lap, but that is still a lap lead. You got Kyle in the 2 spot
1
now.
minute left.
With 1 minute to go, Steger 1.1 seconds off of him. That can go either way. So the race to watch is currently for the 2 spot, Kyle versus Steger. Kyle taking the turn that Steger
45
has taken
seconds
twice,
left.
clipping the wall that Steger doesn't like. Steger capitalizing off of a little bump. But now Kyle back on the offensive. Steger might be able to run away. He's got the room.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds remain now, drivers. 30 seconds. Coming up next is 12 scale stock GTP. Hard barrel roll for the leader out there going on to the front stretch. That is a big old shortcut. Thank you.
15 seconds left.
That's not the leader. That's the number 2 driver, technically. Duh. But they're the only ones racing for the position. My bad. But still. Love it. Leader actually has still a lap lead. Yes, still a lap.
Steve Martin done.
Caution getting on the back stretch here. Caution getting on the back stretch.
John Steger done.
I've got Steve. I got Steger.
Kyle Brummett
I've
done.
got Kyle. Steve for the win on the 33 and the 505. Steger a 32 in the 508. Kyle a 32 in the 511. David who? I think he went to the bathroom. I think, yeah. Love it. All right, 12 Go Stock GTPA main coming at you live now. We got David, Greg, and Sumner. Sumner has joined us over at Tech. Marshall's if I can get Steve, Steger, Kyle, and 1 volunteer. Steve, Steger. We got 1 volunteer. Thank you. Oh, Kyle, I also have your tire traction compound. Okay, cool.
Greg Huey. 1 minute to the start of the race.
No, I went back and looked.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Had a 17 second lap, but that didn't happen.
David L. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
Because I broke the first one and that second one hit, and I'm still going to probably be in the same spot.
15 seconds to the start of the race. John Sumner.
First heat, I would have had DQ. I was lapping him.
get you guys ready to rock. Looking for our marshals from the last race. If I can get Steve, Steger, and Kyle. You guys' lineup will be David in the 1, Greg in the 2, Sumner in the 3. Waiting on our last 2 marshals. Far side. You can walk across. Smile and wave. I swear. I love it. I freaking love it. He said, yeah, for sure. All right, drivers, you're lined up and ready to rock. 12 scale GTP A mainers. Got a bout between David, Greg, and Sumner out here. Take it easy in turn 1. On the tone. In less than 5. My goodness. I mean, we all saw that first lap. There ain't much to say about it. Just dang. Greg taking the lead over here on the top left-hand side. It goes Greg now, David, then John. Watch out getting on the backstretch for the marshal. We got a body clip getting picked up. He gets confused. He needs guidance. $6.15 to go down to every $6.15 to go. We've got Greg, our leader, out there running a 7.534 second fast lap. David Lee in the 2 spot, a 7.666 second fast lap. We got a power slide going on the bottom right-hand side. 4 wheels up in the air. We are all clear, all rolling. John Sumner in R3 spot, rocking an 8:01.0 second fast lap. We got caution out there in the middle. Jack Black, a celebrity marshal. In flip-flops, nonetheless. He's trying to get a bleedy toe. Actually, I think his toe's already bleeding. Hard turnaround off on the back wall. Is able to drive with the wall. Wide on the back, wide on the back. Got a marshal out there. Turned around, get into the good lines. Say, keep it wide, adjustable, adaptable. Expect the unexpected. You guys got the race going on for the lead now. Your leader out there in the all orange. Your number 2 right behind him in the silver and gold. Wide in the center right. Yep, good line. No man's land for Greg here. No man's land for Greg. Oh, David waiting on him. He said, I want to race, dang it. In the wall. Get him off the wall. Get him off the wall. Thank you. Oh, no, David. What is that? That's 6 seconds. That is almost a full lap for David here. That is my flying area, unfortunately. That is like where I'm sitting at. Even if I'm sitting regularly where he was, I can't see that. And then I noticed he was walking over here, and I was like, what is he walking? Oh, shit.
4 minutes left.
Halfway there. Now driver is halfway there. David is actually closing the gap. With 4 minutes, that might be enough time. Greg is your leader, 8:59 in the 8:04. You've got David, 8:58 in the 8:04. No, 59 in the 8:04 for Greg, my bad. David, 58 in the 8:04. There we go. That made more sense. Sumner, 49 in the 8:06. But each lap going by, David closing the gap in between him and Greg. Caution on the bottom right-hand side, bottom right-hand side.
3 minutes left.
Center, center right, center right. The marshal is quick. Oh, something going on for David, though. Marshall is still out there in the center of the field. Do watch out for him on the top right. Is all clear, all you guys. Does this look like David is smooth with it yet again? Looks like we're all good.
Two minutes left.
2 minutes remain now, drivers. 2 minutes to go. We're going to see the 3-man straight line action. Probably in the center of the field. Nah, it's on the back. Nice. Going in the center field. Wide line, wide line, wide line. Nice, nice. It is now all clear, all you guys. Greg rocking around on a 7.534. David on a 7.666. Sumner on an 8.010.
1 minute left.
Final 60 seconds now, drivers. Final 60. Greg, our leader in the orange. David in the 2 in the silver and gold. John in the 3 in the all red. Coming up
45
next is
seconds
25.5
left.
TCA main, 25.5 TC. I'll need 2 volunteers for that one. Any able-bodied drivers that can help me out in the next race, I'll need 2 volunteers. Caution on the top right, top right. Center,
30
center.
seconds left.
Steve said, dang, a twofer. Double time.
15 seconds left.
Steve, nah, he can handle that. He ain't tired. Me, on the other hand, I smoke too much. I can't run for that long. This vape has ruined that damn thing.
David L. Dunn.
Hello, David.
Greg Huey Dunn.
We got Greg.
John Sumner Dunn.
And Sumner. Greg pulls the win, 8:59 in the 8:06, 7:534. David a 57 in the 8:02, 7:666. John on a 50 in the 8:07 and 8:010. Way too fast for me. Super fast. 25.5 TCA mainers. If you've already been a clear by tech, come on out. And if you haven't come on down, come on down. Look for Greg, Lou, Steve, Dan, Kylan, Steger, Marshals. Let me get David, Sumner, and 2 volunteers. I got 1. David, Sumner, and 1 volunteer. Cool, thank you.
Dan Renkamp. Kyle Brummett. Steve Martin. 1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Greg Huey. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. John Steger.
We're just looking for 1 volunteer, and David and Sumner will be all set on our marshals. Got our last driver putting his body on it, Tech. Hi. Where you going? She said zoom. Oh, she's going to Daddy. Oh, thank you. I got our last volunteer. I think she wanted to be with Dad. Yeah, like they mount it instead of there, they mount it there. Yeah, that's cool. Here comes Lou.
Lou Torres.
Give you guys a few more warm-up laps if you want to take them, and then we'll get you guys ready. Alrighty. It'll be Greg in our 1 spot on the back, Lou in the 2, Steve 3, Dan 4, Kyle 5, John 6. Greg 1, Lou 2, Steve 3, Dan 4, Kyle 5, John 6. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. Alrighty, drivers. You are lined up and ready to rock. Watch out on turn 1. 25.5 TCA main coming at you live in less than 5. Caution coming off. Nope, never mind. Watch those lines. You're in the straight line. You got the bus going on. I meant train. I don't know why I didn't say train. We live in Indiana. We don't have trains. We have buses. Terre Haute has trains. A lot of trains. So many trains. Ooh, nice, nice. Good lines, good lines. Good picks. Being patient, waiting for it. I like it. One minute down with 4 to
4
go.
minutes left.
You've got Greg, who has run away with the early lead from the buzzer. Lou in our 2 spot trying to close the gap between him and Greg. Everyone is on the lead lap here as well, by the way. Steve in our 3 spot out there in the green. He's got Kyle right on his bumper looking for a line around. They are fighting for that 3 spot. Dan is in the 5. He's in that Corsa gray. And then we got Steger in the 6 in the white with some red bottom trim. Woo, good, well, not good power slide. Whoa, good pick back, Corsa gray. So we had Corsa gray doing a little power slide out on the backstretch. I believe it was Steger getting that inside line around him. Full 4s up here on the top left-hand side. But he doesn't land it. Little aid of the Marshall. 3:20 now, drivers. 3:20. Greg 8.6 second fast lap. Lou in 8. There's a lot of 8.6s out there. Lou in 8.6. Steve in 8.6. Kyle in 8.7. Dan in 8.6. Steger in 8.6. I feel like Oprah. I'm giving everyone 8.6s. You get an 8.6 and you get an 8.6.
3 minutes left.
3 minutes remain now, drivers. 3 minutes to go. Kyle, it just happened again. I missed one of your laps. See, I was watching this time. And yeah, you're not wrong. You crossed the line. I mean, I really can't tell you why that missed that. Pull out of the field, double trouble. Our leader stuck into the wall, but the leader's clear. We got trouble for the car out of the field. Uh-oh. The car got turned off?
2 minutes
Oh, my
left.
goodness. 2 minutes remain. The hit into the door hit it so hard it powered him off. In the hands of David Lee, though, he can give you a quick jump start. You got the power cables on him always. Hey, it's rolling again. A minute 40 remains now, drivers. 1:40 to go. When you get hit hard enough, it jostles your battery connection out. That's no bueno. Greg, your leader. Lou in the 2, 1.3 seconds off. Steve in the 3, 9/10 of a second off of Lou. Dan in the 4, 2/10 off of Steve. That should be a straight line somewhere out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There they are. Crossing me now. There's the leader. 2, 3, and 4. Kyle rocking in our 5 spot in the pink, also on the lead lap. Steger in the 6. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Din 6.
1 minute left.
Final 60 seconds at every final 60. Low C NASCAR A-Main is coming up next. If you haven't already been teched, bring them on down. And if you're out here with me and you're in the next race, we'll see you afterwards. Ka-chow.
45 seconds left.
Yes.
30 seconds left.
No, that's normally my fault. That's normally my fault.
15 seconds left.
Keep on rolling, drivers. Keep on rocking.
Lou Torres done.
I got Lou.
Steve
Oh,
Martin
you
done.
almost got another one.
Dan
You were right
Renkamp
on
done.
it. Lou,
Kyle
Steve,
Brummett
Dan, Kyle,
Greg
Greg,
Hugh done.
and Steger.
John
Everybody
Steger
were
done.
done. Race over. Greg for the win, 8:34 in the 5:06. Here's the 33s. Lou at 33 in the 5:0. Steve at 33 in the 5:0. 6/10 of a second off of Lou. Dan at 33 in the 5:01. 4/10 of a second off of Steve. Kyle at 33 in the 5:02. 1.2 seconds off of Dan. Steger 29 in the 5:07. Close racing for those top 5 drivers. Steger was our only driver who got thrown out of the Royal Rumble over the top rope. So sad. Turn the car off. Low C NASCAR A-Main. There's 5 of you right here with me. Hey, haddly diddly. We're looking for Dan, Sean, Chris, Dallas, Andre, William, Santiago, and Nate. Marshals, let me have Greg, Lou, Steve, and Dan. Not Dan. My bad, Dan. Kyle. Yeah. Greg, Lou, Steve, and Kyle. Dan is actually in this race too.
One minute to the start of the race. Santiago. William Harper. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Andre Hansborough. Chris Bradbury. Nate Brand. Dallas Bailey. 30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Sean Bourne.
He's got the I don't even know. I'm tired. But we got one more in us. Always. Marshals for me, please, if I can get Greg,
Dan Renkamp.
Lou, Steve. Oh, hi, Greg. My bad. He said I was right here. I'm sorry. Oh, that's Steve, not Greg. Duh. Looking for Greg, Lou, and then Kyle. Your guys' lineup will be Dan in the 1 spot, Sean in the 2, Chris 3, Dallas 4, Andre 5, William 6, Santiago 7, Nate 8. Once again, that's Dan 1, Sean 2, Chris 3, Dallas 4, Andre 5, William 6, Santiago 7, Nate 8. It's like, that's a little turn. You can have my chair. Alrighty, drivers. I believe this is like last week. We're rocking 8 guys strong in our A main for NASCAR. Watch out in turn number 1. Oh, I'm going to stand up. Always got to for your NASCARs. It's fun. 8 drivers strong. Watch out turn 1. On the tone. In less than 5. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Oh, we got hard barrel rolling. Oh, my God. Double barrel rolling over the back of the wall. Wait for the red. Yep. Yep. Caution out here. No, it's all clear. All right, you guys got separation now, but the top 3 earners. Earners? Top 3 qualifiers. Top 3 earners. What are we doing? We're rocking away with that early lead. Oh, Sean was going for an inside line. Oh, you got all the way out of the track. My goodness, the NASCAR on the front. Thank you for waiting, Dan. We appreciate you. That did give the runaway to, I think, Napa 9. Chris Bradbury rocking around with the early lead out here. Sean Bourne was thrown out of the Royal Rumble over the top rope, but he didn't go fully out. His legs were still in. They didn't touch the ground. Hard hit. Full turnaround over here on my side. It's a full turnaround, and it's a double tap into the wall. Left side is getting rather hectic. Watch out, left-hand side. Hard hits into the wall for the red one, but it does knock him off. And it's all clear. Everyone back out in the lines. Get some separation if you can. You got 5 strong on my side. Inside and outsides. Hard barrel into mine. It's all clear. 8 NASCAR strong. We split you 4 and 4 in our heats. We threw you all in the main. That's only because we only had all of you to throw in the main. We are missing 4 of you guys from last week, unfortunately. Oh, 4 wheels up on my side, 4 wheels up on my side. 3 drivers running tight lines out there together. Marshall is cleared. Watch out, getting on the backstretch, getting on the backstretch. Now it's clear. Oh, no, it's not. My bad. Watch out, get on the backstretch. It's a low line. Front stretch pandemonium coming at you live. And it's all clear just like that. You had to be there to see it.
4 minutes left.
2 minutes down. All this excitement in the first 2 minutes. You've got Chris, your leader. Dallas in the 2. Sean 3. Dan 4. Andre 5. William 6. Santiago 7. Nate 8. Now going on some times between. Chris has a 6.5 second lead. I believe that is Napa number 9 out there. We got a turnaround for our number 3 driver. No, number 4 driver. My bad. Dan. Turnaround for our number 4. Now you got Sean in the 2 spot. 7.6 seconds off of the leader with 3:30 to go. Watch out on the left side there, left side. Do watch that reverse out there, drivers. And you've got Dallas in our 3 spot. 0.6 of a second off of Sean. You've got Dan rocking the 4. 0.2 of a second off of Sean. Two, 3, and 4 rocking together right in front of me right now. Hole in one out there in the center. Hole in one out in the center. You got one Marshall out there center field.
3 minutes left.
3 minutes remain. 3 minutes. Your leader is the Napa 9. No moving for the gray. No moving for the gray. Oh, it's good now. It's good now. Something stopped him. You got 2 Marshalls out on the field. 2 Marshalls out on the field. 1 Marshall out on the field. Looking back, I see that Dan stopped for another driver. Understood now. 4 wheels up in the center. 4 wheels up in the center. That is a Nate in trouble out there in the center. We are all clear for Dallas. All clear. This turn on the left-hand side, this little chicane. It's been no bueno the past few turns. Lightning McQueen, 4 wheels up. Got caught off of 2 cars. The rear bumper of one and the front of another. 3 straight line going down the back. 2 twos and then 1 driver on
2
a
minutes
single.
left.
With 2 minutes remaining, Chris, your leader. That should still be Napa number 9. Your number 2, Sean, in the black with some outline colors. Dan Rennekamp in the 3 in the gunmetal, I think it is. Watch out, get on the back. It's a lower line. Get on the back. Watch out, get on the back. It is all clear getting on the back. Caution them with left-hand side center, left-hand side center. Whoop, yep, nope, blue first. Yep, for sure. He got stuck on the flap. Whoo, hard hits into our stretch over here. Double barrel on the back. Low, low, low on the back, all the way down, low, all the way down the back stretch. Stay low, stay low. Keep low on the front as well, low on the front. Black Batman in trouble out there on the front stretch. The black and yellow, the Batman car. Oh, it's up in the air. No, no, it's good, it's good. Maybe. Stay low on the front, low on the front. Our Batman car should be good. Caution,
1
getting on the
minute
backstretch. That
left.
was a full. He landed it, bounced off some cars and landed it. 1 minute remains. Andre looks like he's pulling it. Caution out there on the far right side. It's all clear on the far right. Chris is our leader. Sean rocking the 2 spot. Now 4 seconds off
45
of him.
seconds left.
He is closing the gap, but 40 seconds might not be enough time. Chris might be taking this one. Dan in the 3, Dallas 4, William 5, Santiago 6, Nate 7. Your leader is rocking that blue Napa 9. Got a rail fix coming up
30
here on my
seconds
side.
left.
It is all clear. Your number 2 is in the black with the color accents. He's got pink, some green, blue. Whoo, acrobatic
15
movement coming
seconds
up on the
left.
left-hand side. Stuck into the wall there in the center. Hard hits going into the center. Do watch out. Back on my side on the left-hand side, left-hand side.
Dan Renkamp done.
Bring it
Nate
on around
Brand
for one
done.
final lap, drivers. One final
Santiago
lap.
done. Chris
Top
Bradbury
right-hand
done.
side might be broke.
Sean Bourne done.
Like the top right-hand side.
William Harper done.
And
Dallas
that's
Bailey
the race,
done.
drivers. That is the race. Chris does survive, pulling the win off. A33 in the 605. Sean A33 in the 608. 2.3 seconds off by the end of it. If the man would have had another 30 seconds, more than likely would have had it. Dan A31 in the 60. Dallas A31 in the 610. William A30 in the 607. Santiago A27 in the 602. Nate A25 in the 601. Andre A21 in the 422, which I think he might have got broke on the top right-hand side with the wheel, but I'm not 100% sure. The Batmobile. Tears. All right, drivers, that does conclude this evening's racing program.